Good morning, Star Jones. Thank you for joining me live out of Dallas, Texas on the Valder Beebe Show. How are you today?
I am very, very well. I love Dallas. I went to law school down in Texas, and so I feel like I'm talking to some home people.
Well, you are, so thank you so much for saying that. And the weather's beautiful here. I'll add that to it.
Hmm.
Star Jones, you are an enduring personality, and you're a longtime women's heart health advocate. And so you want to talk today about surviving heart disease? A lot of people didn't know your story because we put a little bit that you were coming. They didn't know about your health. Would you share with us and how they can talk about their own health journey?
Oh, absolutely, Valder. For all practical purposes, let me just take you back. I had some health challenges throughout the time that I've been in the public eye. I was severely overweight and had to make some real decisions and some real lifestyle changes. And I think, the public saw some of those challenges. And so I worked with my doctors to really, really focus on my health way back 20 years ago. But for some reason, about 15 years ago, after I'd had a handle on it, I'm talking eating well, changing my diet, exercising, doing all the things I was supposed to, but I was still experiencing some weird symptoms. I would get short of breath. I had some intense heart palpitations sometime. I would get lightheaded. It was some weird symptoms, and they made me go in to talk to my cardiologist. My body told me what to do, and I listened to my body finally. And when I spoke to the cardiologist after a battery of tests, I discovered that I had heart disease, and not just heart disease, because I hadn't had a heart attack. Remember that. But I had an aortic valve malfunction, which means that my heart was no longer operating optimally. And if I didn't make some real choices, I needed to have an aortic valve repair or a replacement or, God forbid, a heart transplant down the line. So I had to make the decision to have full-blown open heart surgery. And I'm talking the real kind where they crack your chest, disconnect your heart. My heart was disconnected and I was on the heart lung machine for 22 minutes. But then, thank God, they reconnected me and I lived to talk about it. I walked out of that hospital 7 days later, but not before I took it on as my personal mantra and literally my purpose in life, Valder, to be a heart health advocate for other women because I didn't know my risk. My family and I didn't talk about heart health, even though I am a fourth generation heart disease sufferer in my family. We never talked about it. And so I made it my business right then and there, literally from the hospital room. I started being an advocate for women in heart health. You have to use whatever platform God has given you to advocate for the things that advance God's people. And that's me. Right now, talking about women's heart health means the most to me. It's my purpose and why I wake up every single morning.
Tell me about Letter to My Mother campaign then.
This is such a great honor, knowing that this is my purpose and my passion. I partnered with Medtronic this month. This is Women's Health Month in May. And then plus, this is Mother's Day coming around the corner. So we're focused on a letter to my mother. .com, which is our campaign, Letters to My Mother. It is a connection point, a starting point for a conversation with the women in your life. Talk to your mother. Have her talk to her mother. Talk to your aunt, your godmother, your sisters. Let's find out, one, for your own maternal relationships, what is your health background? What is your heart health background? Have you ever had a heart health screening? When's the last time you had an EKG? 60 million women in the United States suffer from some form of heart disease. That's a big number, 60 million. Yet, when Medtronic did a survey recently, we found that only 45% of women have ever had a conversation about their heart health with their families. That's not acceptable because if you don't know what your health journey has been in the family, you cannot be forewarned for yourself. And so this campaign is about starting the conversation to make women in your family and in your life aware of their own risks. So once you get your family circle together, then you have to spread your wings. Then you have to write letters to your aunties, to your girlfriends, and you can do text messages and emails and even those social media posts that we all love to do, where we ask each other those questions. And I don't want to say the tough questions, because women, I think the numbers in Medtronic survey was like 33% will talk to their doctors about their heart health questions and ask about their risks. But less than half of the women in America will talk about that with each other. So think about that. We will talk about politics and news and sports and the latest beauty trends, but we won't talk about our health. So I'm here to change that with a letter to my mother.
When you talk about talking about your health with other women, is there an age group that you want to participate, or is it just for women?
Oh, no. Listen, all women need to be having this conversation. Again, 60 million women of a variety of ages suffer from some form of heart disease in the United States. And let me tell you this. I have learned this over the course of the last 15 years. Heart disease was then and still is the number one killer of all women. Do you hear what I said? Cardiovascular disease kills more women than all forms of cancer combined. And so we're well aware of going to get our breast cancer screenings, our ovarian cancer screenings, mammograms. But I need you to put your EKG on your front burner list, just like a mammogram. So that's a part of my yearly checkups. I want to know what my blood pressure is at all times so that I can monitor it. You should know your blood sugar levels. All of these things will feed into your heart health. And being forewarned is forearmed, armed for battle. Put your own health on the front burner, and it starts with a conversation, a letter to my mother.
Along with that letter, how about some Star Jones beauty products?
How wonderful is that? You know, this has been a dream come true for me. I live my best life. Yes, I launched my own beauty line, starjonesbeauty.com. You can go right there and check it out. I get to host divorce court every single day. You get to see me talking about relationships, life, and love. I have purpose in my life with the causes that I care about. And all of that is because I put my own health on my front burner. None of it would be possible. I would not have the husband that I have, the child that I'm raising. None of that would be possible if I didn't make my health the number one priority. You know what they say, Valder, on the airplane: put your own oxygen mask on first before you try to help others. And I would not be an advocate for heart health unless I had done my own letter, if you know what I mean. These conversations were the conversations that I had later in life with my mother, my aunt, my grandmother, but we've had the conversations. And I miss my mom every day. I lost her in 2018, but I can legitimately say one of our last conversations had to do with health. I would want other women to be able to have a memory of knowing what they needed to know from their family members, and that starts with a conversation. A letter to my mother.com.
I want to thank you so much, Star Jones, for being such a light and being such a star in the media for so long. Continue to do what you do, and we will follow you.
Thank you so much, and my best to your listeners and your watchers in Dallas. And Valder, happy Mother's Day to all of the sisters in your life.
Hi, I'm Valder Beebe, host of The Valder Beebe Show. We have over 1,000 videos on ValderBeebeShow.com and YouTube.com/ValderBeebe Show. We upload new videos daily. Our site is a modern baby boomer platform with news and information important to boomers. Subscribe to YouTube.com/ValderBeebe Show and stay connected as I interview the world's most fascinating people.